you mistake something for something else. Here's the classic example of the rope and the snake, which is a terrible example for an American, by the way. If any swamis are watching this from India, they always bring over this example of you mistake a rope for a snake. But in reality, it was never a snake. It was always a rope to begin with. But your mind superimposed or created this story that it was a snake. And you're like, it's a snake. We of course don't have this problem in the United States. It's a kind of a hard example. So if that example goes over your head, don't worry about it. It goes over my head too. I only understood it after the fact. Simply because in America we really don't have experience with neither snakes nor ropes. The only time I've seen snakes are at the zoo, and they're safely behind a cage and they're fun. And the only time I've ever had experience with a rope was in junior high gym class when an angry gym teacher was forcing me to try to climb it. And let's face it, a rope in my mind is way more terrifying than a snake. So that example makes no sense. Makes no sense. But they're alluding to that notion, and that is proof. We experience it all the time. We mistake things for other things. Our minds tell stories. You've texted somebody, and they didn't text you back right away, and you create all sorts of stories of what you think might be going on there, right? So it is a natural thing of the mind to create stories and then utilize our power of suspension of disbelief to forget that it's a story that's been created. What we're finding out here through Drig Drishya Viveka and pretty much any other non-dual texts from Eastern philosophy, what we're finding out here is what we consider to be reality in general. Our notion that we are this being that's living in a reality that's external to us and separate from us is that power itself of creating something from nothing on top of a suspension of disbelief, or coupled with that suspension of disbelief that makes us forget that we are the ones that have created something from nothing, and we take it to be real.